Why don't Jews and Christians convert to Islam? Jews and Christians considering conversion to Islam may be faced with theological and historical factors that could pose challenges to their decision. Converting to Islam can be challenging for Jews and Christians primarily because of the significance of the Hajj ritual. This ritual emphasizes that God designated Abraham's lineage through Hagar and Ishmael rather than through Sarah and Isaac. In this context, it is believed that God made a covenant with Abraham through Ishmael instead of Isaac, alongside the special status given to the Israelites under the Sinai covenant. Additionally, in Islamic tradition, it is Ishmael, not Isaac, whom God instructed Abraham to sacrifice. The Hajj pilgrimage in Islam is a central religious duty that commemorates the events surrounding Abraham, Hagar, and Ishmael. The ritual commemorates Hagar's search for water for her baby Ishmael and the construction of the Kaaba, house of God, by Abraham and Ishmael. The ritual emphasizes the significance of Ishmael in Islamic tradition, as it is believed that Ishmael, not Isaac, was the son whom God commanded Abraham to sacrifice. This differs from the Jewish and Christian narrative, where Isaac is the central figure in the sacrifice story. This variation in narrative can pose a considerable theological challenge for Jews and Christians contemplating a conversion to Islam. Another point of divergence is the selection of Abraham's family through Hagar and Ishmael in Islamic tradition, as opposed to Sarah and Isaac in Judeo-Christian tradition. For Jews and Christians, the covenant with Isaac and the lineage tracing through him are central to their religious identity. Converting to a faith that reveres Ishmael's lineage may challenge their established beliefs and traditions. Participating in the Hajj and reenacting Abraham's actions can symbolize the affirmation of Ishmael's significance in Islamic theology. This could pose a conflict for Jews considering conversion to Islam, as it may be seen as contradictory to their understanding of God's covenant with Isaac. In summary, the argument for the difficulty of Jewish and Christian conversion to Islam revolves around the differing beliefs regarding the selection of Abraham's family and the prominence of Ishmael in Islamic tradition. The Islamic narrative highlights Ishmael's key role in the Abrahamic covenant, while Isaac is linked to the Sinai covenant.
Some Islamic scholars question the authenticity of parts of the Torah, especially the story of Hagar and Ishmael. They argue that Genesis 21 verse 9 to 10 might have been added later, as Islamic tradition states this event occurred before Isaac's birth, depicting Ishmael as an infant, unlike the Torah's portrayal of him as older and mocking Isaac. Additionally, the identities of the intended sacrifice differ. The Quran claims it was Ishmael, while the Bible states it was Isaac. This inconsistency leads some scholars to challenge Genesis 22 verse 2, where Isaac is called Abraham's only son, since Ishmael was his firstborn for 14 years. In Islamic tradition, Ishmael is significant, especially in relation to the Prophet Muhammad's lineage, and is seen as more important in the Abrahamic covenant, while Isaac is linked to the Sinai covenant. In summary, the Islamic view raises doubts about certain Torah passages, suggesting timeline alterations in Genesis 21 and identifying Ishmael as the son in Genesis 22 verse 2 instead of Isaac.